If I could define miserability in one word, is a jealous or an envious man/woman. How many times in my life and in your life have there been situations that was uncalled for because somebody held secret jealousy towards us that we did not know of? And even if we knew, we didn't know that these things were happening in our life because somebody is an inherently envious person. And somebody who is envious has already crossed that stage of jealousy towards you. And therefore, I believe jealousy and envy is two different things. Jealousy is people when they're, of course, insecure. And many of us are insecure in different parts and phases of our life. And we don't turn bitter. But people who are jealous are inherently insecure, unhappy people in self. And that's why they project on other people. And when they project on other people, they expect the narrative that they have about you in their heads turn out to be true if they happen to experience you, or somebody in their life may have experienced you or experience you. And they just can't digest the fact of why you are the way you are and why do you have what you have. And they don't know where this feeling of jealousy even comes from. But they are innately unhappy every time you achieve something. And this can be materially, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Everything that happens in another person is an attack to them. And if it's not you, they will always low-key show unhappiness or some kind of remorse towards somebody else's success, anything that they're doing in their life. And for me, these type of people are really jaded, and I don't trust these people because these people have no sense of loyalty. At the end of the day, in my opinion, jealousy and envy are feelings that human beings have within themselves when they do not have any control towards their negative emotions. That means that they do not have any self-control, they do not have any mind control. And if you are innately a jealous person, and if you realize that you're a jealous person, you try and avoid people that make you feel insecure. You try and avoid situations where you feel less than about you, and you go internally as to why you are jealous like that and what is lacking in your life. And people, at least 10% in this devil's playground, focus on what they can do better in their life and how they can learn from another person instead of being jealous. And that takes a lot of self-work and time. But even if it takes time and self-work, it also takes a high self-worth. So never be jealous of somebody else. And if you know that you are getting jealous of somebody, you're not acting on it actively to hurt that person. I know you have been attacked in your life. I have been attacked in my life over some bitch of a man or a hoe who's just jealous. And they are jealous because they feel something is lacking within themselves. And that is none of our concern. Jealousy comes from a place of comparison. And comparison comes from a place of insecurity. And insecurity comes from a place of a wound that people didn't pay attention to, that is happening, has happened. So when that happens, it's actually a cycle which takes you down a rabbit hole if you don't actually pay attention to the root cause of this jealous feeling. But unfortunately, we live in a world where we are supposed to take accountability for these jealous people who are not ready to own up that they are actually jealous. So they just want to hate on you because you are naturally a person who has high self-worth. And even if you don't have high self-worth, you're not about people, right? So you're just doing your thing and you're putting your head down. So when people don't think jealousy as a problematic behavior, they start the gossips. Then they start rumors. Then those rumors become your reality, my reality. And then we become victims of people's hate. And because these people are attached to people, there's a false narrative. And you just don't understand why there is so much jealousy towards you. So today we live in a world where we normally think, where are the good men? Where are the good women? Single or taken, just as good people. That 10% of people have now realized and are in a place where I am today or you are today, where you don't want to step out, where our natural nature used to be with people because human beings like that human connection. But now you don't want that connection because As soon as you form a connection with somebody, or even if you don't form a connection, you just step out and you just sense this innate jealousy from people. And if in the beginning you guys form a connection, soon it turns into a malicious competition, a one-sided secret jealousy, a one-sided hate towards you, where your friend, your partner, your person, whoever you have this relationship with, wants to dumb you down to make themselves feel better. And suddenly everything that you do is something that to be ashamed of, laughed about, but actually is an achievement. And you tend to start losing your identity when you continue to start surrounding yourself in a group like that. And you've been there, I've been there. So therefore today we can really sit and analyze, and I can at least talk about the fact that when you are surrounded by jealous people who are so careless about that feeling of jealousy, they will slowly start getting envious of you. And most times when people like you and I, who do not thrive in an environment like that, and if you're in a place today, or if you've been in a place where you don't fuck with that, you're quick to cut people off. And that's when you have really short friendships, really short relationships in your life. And if you didn't cut off people, because not always you and I have been this secure in self to cut people off, and therefore we had a lot of narcissists, abusers, sociopaths, psychopaths in our lives, as friends especially, or lovers. So now we slowly cut them off, but we sure cut them off. But if you look back, you'll realize that every relationship in your life has rather been short, not because you were the problem, but you were made to believe that you were the problem, that you were difficult, asking too much, or you're just too dumb, you're too naive, because they made you that way. Because jealous people, envious fucking people love the fact that you lose your identity. And when you lose your identity, they can make you believe a narrative that is actually not fucking true. Because they are master gaslighters. Because they have gaslit themselves to believe that what they are thinking and doing is not jealousy, but that is the truth. To a point where they are so delusional and mentally not there, but physically they look proper, whatever they do in their life, that emotionally they don't understand that feeling. So slowly every narrative, every feeling that they have made up for you becomes their reality. And be with me here. And when that reality that they have created for you does not match your reality, that's when they get really mad. And when they get really mad, that jealousy is the tipping point to being envy now. And when they get envious of you, that's a personal problem with you, and they want to hurt you. And however that may be, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, even in your fucking sex and your love life, they want to hurt you where it hurts you. For fucking what? And if you are in a place where you don't want to argue with these type of people, oh my God, I don't. And these were people that once knew you. So now they capitalize on that reality that they had created for you through their own fucking word of mouth. And especially when you have lost your identity because you were fully involved and attached to innately jealous people who are the closest ones to you. When you lose your identity, what happens? You bend, you don't break, sometimes you break. You become a version of you that you don't fucking recognize, right? And that phase of where you lose your identity, because that was these people's life, day in, day out, they still are the fake bitches, dudes who are still fucking jealous of everyone else. It's not about them. I don't want to even fucking talk about those type of people. I'm talking about you. And you then are coming back into yourself now after whatever you've been through, and I respect you for that. Or if you are on your way there, these people are going to be the first ones to run their mouths on you. Why? Because they don't even have the fucking capacity to face themselves. And no one talks about this, but I know and you know how difficult it is when you lose yourself, and that phase of finding yourself back, those pieces of you that had chipped away, from your childhood, adolescence, adulthood now, and whatever age you are, if you're in a journey of finding that self back, is one of the most painful journeys that you have to go through. And people don't even go through that in lifetimes. It's 10% of us who are in a place where we want to do good for ourselves, and now we don't let the fucking voices bother us. And thanks to these people who didn't believe in us, thanks to these people who were jealous and envious of us, but low-key wanted to be us, and because they couldn't be us and therefore they hated us, in a nutshell, those are not the type of people you want to waste time now. And more so when we are finding ourselves back, of course, there are certain sides of us which is going to die down, which is created by our ego self. And when something is created by your ego self and is being replaced when you're finding your inner child, your soul back, and those who get it, they get it, you don't resonate with that ego self that you had created, which resonated with these type of people. So when you don't resonate with those type of people, how the are you going to resonate with that version of your ego self? Because you mirrored them, and if you don't like them anymore and their fucking ways and their dirty karma, you don't want no fucking attachment to that shit. Of course that ego self is going to die down with that. So rest in peace. But that's when people say, oh, she's just being fake, he's just being fake, we've never seen the side of her, we've never seen side of him. Yes, because they never let you be the side of you. So God had to remove these people, and this normally happens, like I said, when you go inside. God sits within, so you meet God. So trash clears itself out. So let the trash go, and you let it go. And when that happens, your soul self starts coming into play. Your 5D self starts living in 3D, and that means your passion, your hobbies. What did you like doing when you were a child? What brings you joy? How do you like your 9 to 5 to be? You're picky with your friends, with your job, with your daily life. Until you don't get that, you're good with it. And when you see your life as an experience that you want to share with someone or by yourself, you don't enjoy people discussing people, you don't resonate with jealous people, envious people. And while you never resonated with those type of people, while you were in your people pleasing phase where you lost your identity, you sat and you chilled with them, and now the mere thought of being attached to those type of people, for calling them friends, lovers, even family, you just want to puke. You just want to really erase that part of your life, but you can't. But that's a constant reminder of snakes. That's a reminder of how to be alert, how to not lose ourselves just because we want to fit in. And yes, we will never go back there, but we can help people. And while you want to help people on a platform or offline, helping doesn't come with a cost. Helping just comes with people running their mouth. Fucking let them. Look at her trying to be a pleaser. Look at him trying to be a people pleaser. Fuck it. Whoever you can help and whoever actually takes you seriously without being jealous of you will come to you. Because like people, real attracts real. And if you're in a vibration and an energy level where you are no longer a people pleaser or any of those insecure versions of you, you naturally will start attracting secure individuals. It may not be in groups and herds and numbers like we used to get before, because this is a devil's playground. Remember, like I always say, so 90% are those people, but those 10% of people are mostly indoors. They're mostly doing their own thing. And therefore, when you meet them, you instantly recognize them. And if you recognize them, value and cherish those people. And today, if you're in a place where mediocrity, quantity doesn't matter to you, it's all about quality in your life. And if that means you are by yourself, if people can bring you peace and just honest, genuine support and love, that who you innately are, but as soon as you step out and you sense any kind of insecurity and jealousy, You don't even pay heed to that shit because now you've been through it so much, because at this point you've accepted that, predominantly when you are naturally gifted or when you are naturally secure in self, it really attracts a lot of insecure, jealous people as well. And of course, insecure and jealous people are weak-minded people. They are insecure people, but they will never accept it. So when you call them out, they start hating you instead of going in self and understanding what happened to them. And you can't teach people who don't want to learn, and you can't help people who don't want to be helped. And it's none of your business if people are not on the same level of energy, vibrations as you, and if people innately are just bad-hearted people, because jealousy and envy causes people to harm you, and they will harm you if that brings them personal joy and any kind of attention. Because I've been in a place where love life, money, emotions, everything has been disrupted by people who were the closest to me, because they capitalized on the fact that they were once close to me. Because if they didn't directly tell me how I should be, they created a fucking space around me where I felt I wasn't good enough. So fuck you. And all the losses they caused me, it's gonna get back to them multiplied. Because karma is happening, and karma will always happen. That is the natural cycle of life. So when people are jealous, just because you are doing you, and because people are not on the same wavelength as you, they really can't handle it. Is when people operate from an ego level, which is 90% of the people. They are right now looking at this video and saying, who the fuck does she think she is? When they know I'm speaking the fucking truth and I'm reading your fucking mind, because that's who you are on the inside. Because if you are jealous, and if you're causing harm in somebody else's life without them doing nothing to you, and if you are having narratives and people attacking them over your insecurity towards this person, what is the root of it? What is the reason you're so jealous? Why is the gossip and rumors surrounding this person? Ask yourself, why are you creating these lies around this person? What's the problem? You are your biggest problem. Because you are so insecure in yourself, everything that people do for themselves is a problem to you. So if somebody's is a problem to you, someone getting married is a problem to you, someone getting a promotion is a problem to you. So you make it a competition. But is that God's value? Is that God written, or is that you writing your own fate? We are following our fucking destiny. So while you do stupid shit in your life because we are achieving something in our life which is God-given, and then you're gonna taint it and have it for yourself, but that was never for you, how the is that gonna work out for you? Huh? So think about that before you start attacking people. Be very careful who you use your words on as well, because it will backfire. And I pray it does. And I pray karma upon you.